been away for far too long. Okay, I said this final Friday will be big, epic. So epic, I'm rocking my hard rock t-shirt from Bali. One of the best times I had. There was a hard rock cafe in Melbourne, Australia. But like many great places, it got shut down. But thanks to Bali keeping the Hard Rock Cafe going, it was so awesome. Food's quite pricey, but the nostalgia, just like today.
Yar. That's where I say it.
As long as he has a couple of drinks, he'll be fine. Now, I'll finish this with some top tier crap. But, as said, this episode is dedicated to these people. And thank you for all that you've done in film. We'll miss you. We've got your movies to remember. So yes, let's start with Freddy versus Jason. It was one of the most anticipated verse films of all time. It is the second best verse film of all time. The first being the original Godzilla vs. Kong, which at its respective time, whoa. Of course, you got King Ghidorah vs. Godzilla, which is, you can't rank pure greatness. You just cannot, because that is just epic. Okay, just rank pure greatness. But Freddy vs. Jason, it's fun. It's bloody. It's not actually like frightening, but it could be to some people who haven't seen a horror movie for a while or they've never seen one before, and they might go, wow, that was so frightening, man. It's a fun film. So fun they did a professional weigh-in. Like what boxers and MMA, UFC fighters do. Like, they put so much into the promotion. They didn't just have stunt people for promotion. They actually had Robert Englund and Ken Kersinger full in costume. They did everything. They, I think it is on the special features of this double disc Freddy vs. Jason. Now, this isn't the disc that came with this. No, it was just a standard release. But I had to get this version because it's got all the nitty gritty, all the great bonus details there, so I think the weigh-in is in there. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that cover. I mean, the name itself, even the trailer, had exclusive footage for the trailer only. Monica Kina was like, Freddy vs. Jason, place your bets. The website had a voting system, and you'd win like a night at the premiere. You'd win the CD, you win the DVD and a couple of other prizes. Like they chose the winner, you had to say why you like either Jason or Freddy and all that. Like, they went all in. Some people said it didn't meet their expectations, but personally, Freddy vs. Jason kicks ace. Now, some find it more a Freddy film, some find it more a Jason film. But it's so evenly matched. It opens up at Camp Crystal Lake. It's like a really good shot. It's a good setup. You got the lone hot horror girl. She's out for a dip. She starts getting scared. She starts making it back. She's chased by Jason. You know it's Jason, straight up. She ends up in the woods. You know, the knife through the gut, out the tree. And then we get into the supernatural world and everything. We see Jason's mom, played by the late great Paula Shore. And she's wearing a red sweater, which is interesting because she wore blue. So she's telling Jason, oh, you must rise up. And so we go from what is sort of revealed as a dream sequence, and then Jason rises up and he's walking, and then Freddy appears, says he's been away from his children for far too long. But before that, we get Freddy prologue. So yes, it starts with Freddy and his background and everything, and then it goes to Camp Crystal Lake. So it starts with Freddy and then continues with Jason, hence Freddy vs. Jason. It has been a little while since I've seen them film. So yeah, it starts with Freddy, then we go Jason, then we go to Springwood. We're there for a bit, and then Jason gets to Springwood, and we're in Freddy's hometown for a while, and then we end right back at Crystal Lake, where they verse. Like, it's like Mortal Kombat, and Freddy and Jason are in Mortal Kombat. You can make them in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and now they're in officially as guests. They're Mortal Combatants. And so it's got their first round, you know, they're in the boiler room, and then they have sort of their little, hey, she's mine, no, that's mine, at the cornfield, and then it's the final match, and they go full on WrestleMania. Guinness World Record for the big fire stunt, and the two guys on the wires get like shot so far from the pier, and then it's just get your claws and slash it down. Now there's some really good deleted scenes in it. There's an alternative ending where Laurie's finally getting it on with Trey, and turns out Trey's possessed by Freddy. You know, there's more stuff with the Dreamland, so yeah, it just hits home, and I love it. What doesn't hit home is Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X. Jason Takes Manhattan, its only good scene is the opening. It's well shot. It's got that really cool song. Shows everything. Then it goes to Crystal Lake. It's so classic that the opening at Crystal Lake, that's the only good part. The music's really cool. Jason's look is so cheap. Some of the other scenes when they're on the boat are alright. The hallucinations with Jason's many different appearance is so weird. There's a scene where he's just a normal looking child with long black hair. The last hallucination we see him, he looks great. Charles is an annoying character, but he's meant to be. And then you got Kelly Hu in there. Jason uses a machete once on the captain. Then they get to New York, and there's only like 2 minutes in there. And Ken Kersinger's in it. And Kane like throws him across the bar. So, and then in Jason Goes to Hell, it's a bit better than Takes Manhattan. It's gorier. The uncut version is super sweet. You know, it's crazy. Its opening is very Friday the 13th. The music's great. Jason looks stupid. And then it's supernatural stuff, but the uncut stuff for the gore is beautiful. And you got Freddy at the end. You got the Necronomicon. So yeah, Freddy's claw comes down and pulls Jason's mask down to hell. Then Jason X, the opening to that's cool. Jason looks okay. Uber Jason's pretty fun. You know, that's got the coolest, literally the coolest kill the frozen head smash, which is Jason's fatality in Mortal Kombat. You know, and then the virtual reality scene at Camp Crystal Lake with the sleeping bag kill from part 7. You know, that's alright. Then you got Freddy vs. Jason. It's like, yeah, we're back. Then you got the 2009 reboot, which is, it's not bad. It's bloody, it's got very bit of nudity in it. It's got a lot of callbacks to all the films. It's written as a sequel. Jason looks like he does from Freddy vs. Jason more than others, so I'm gonna say the 2009 Friday the 13th is the sequel to Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, Freddy's not there because his spirit is probably gone off somewhere else, and he came back in the remake in 2010, so technically that's his return. But Robin Englund didn't play, so that's a theory to take into account, folks. The 2009 Friday the 13th is a follow-up to Freddy vs. Jason, and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake is Freddy's respective follow-up to Freddy vs. Jason. And it works because so many different people played Jason. So give it to Freddy one time for someone else to be him. And hey, they crossed over in The Simpsons before they crossed over, so I'll scare you later.